The Liberals are getting very desperate as they start accusing Pierre Poilievre of bringing MAGA politics into Canada. Let's get into it.
Oh, yeah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. The Liberals. What can we say about them? what can we say that we haven't already said about them? This is just starting to get funny because we're starting to see the desperation of the Liberals as we move forward. As it gets closer to possibly some kind of timeline to call an election, maybe a time where we see some people standing down, as some Liberals have done so already, or I guess chairs of organizations have done so, like rats on a sinking ship. But over this last week, a lot of people have been asking for me to cover this, and I know we've had a pile of videos coming out, so I've been trying to find the right time to get this out, but let's cover it now. Justin Trudeau and good old Mark Garretson, everybody's favorite clown of the Liberals, coming forward to say that Pierre Poilievre is ultra MAGA, I guess. He's bringing MAGA style politics into Canada. We'll tell you, I won't waste any time yammering on. We're going to get into a little bit of what's going on here. I wanted to look at Justin Trudeau and his YouTube channel. This is the Prime Minister of Canada. He got onto YouTube, I think it was about 2 years ago, to try and, I guess, convey his message to the public, because while he's censoring everybody on the internet, why not put your own videos out on there? Of course, you can only see here 4.2K subscribers sitting on Justin Trudeau's YouTube channel. It's 63 videos. Of course, he's got his diverse little thumbnail, or that's not really a thumbnail. What do you call that? A header at the top of his page, or a banner. Same old fake smile in his pictures. As we go down to his videos, let's take a look here. He's done a recent video on heat pumps, 2,000 views over 3 days. Here's one about President Zelensky, which we're going to get into with the Ukraine. Has 6.6K views over 2 months. The French version getting 620 views over 2 months. What we're doing to make housing more affordable for Canadians. So that's 1 minute and 42 seconds long. It's a lie. And it's only got 4,000 views over 2 months. While his French version, again, 570. It goes on and on. It's funny because this actually, essentially, I'm almost 3 times more populated than the Prime Minister of Canada on YouTube. I can't believe that. It's laughable at best. But we've seen with Justin Trudeau as he stood at a conference, or I should at least try to cover this first. In relation to Justin's YouTube, it says here that they've hired a PR firm or a marketing genius, it says here. Anti-Taxer, we got this tweet from over on Twitter. Go give them a follow. They've got great tweets. I always appreciate what I see coming out of this account. So if you're on Twitter, go give Anti-Taxer at Colossus PhD a follow. It says, so Justin Trudeau has hired some marketing genius to be his head of comms at the PMO. Max Villequet is so great at comms, he's amassed 4,800 followers on Twitter since 2008 and can barely get any engagements in his various insane tweets. Oh, and he reposts Mark Garretson. Again, we're going to get into Mark Garretson, but this is where it's funny, because this is where it's a little bit more in tune to what we saw with the Arrive scam inquiry that's going on, where a placement agency or I guess you could call it like a hiring firm, placement company, was in charge of finding people to work on the Arrive scam app, and were given $11 million for their troubles, while this guy's being paid by the Trudeau government to help with his marketing, and he's only amassed 4,800 followers on Twitter. I'm wondering what it takes in order to just get in there. I guess you got to be a friend of Justin Trudeau's. I could tell Justin Trudeau for free how you fix your image. You quit your job and leave. But it's, I don't think anything could fix Justin Trudeau's image. But of course, Justin Trudeau took to talk about, if you notice our videos last week, I had one about Karina Gould, mentioning how it was Canada's job to help rebuild the Ukraine and launder more money over there in their political scam of a war, I guess you could call it, their proxy war. But anti-tax are showing again here this kind of rhetoric is only playing by dwindling an increasingly fringe liberal voter base. It's a death spiral, and I couldn't agree more. So Karina Gold wanted more money for the Ukraine. The Conservatives voted it down and said no. So this marketing firm must have come in and told Justin Trudeau to start labeling Pierre Poilievre as ultra MAGA. Because it's very reminiscent of what it was when lockdowns were happening. And you always heard the same sexist, racist, misogynistic, the usual keywords. You're going to find them as we listen to these two videos. Here we go. Let's check out what Justin had to say.
Of a right-wing American MAGA influenced thinking that has made Canadian conservatives, who used to be among the strongest defenders of Ukraine, and I'll admit it, turn their backs on something Ukraine needs in its hour of need. That is the danger of the rise of the right-wing influence that is feeling its impact in Canada. That's what not just Ukrainian Canadians, but all Canadians should be concerned about when the Conservative Party of Canada and Pierre Poilievre turn their backs on history, turn their backs on our friends and allies, turns their backs on the international rules-based order and our support for the UN Charter and territorial integrity. It is of real concern and should be of concern to all of us because we're seeing that spiking up all around the world.
Okay, so Captain Fancy Socks here talking about the usual trigger words of sexist, misogynist, racist, all these horrible things that Pierre Poilievre could possibly be simply because they don't want to support the Ukraine. This was more akin to if you don't get poked, you're dirty, you're racist, you're misogynistic, you're selfish, you're all these things. Again, the Liberals are taking a crack at the bat to go for broke, I guess. As they use these terms to now describe the man who's running to be the next Prime Minister of Canada, simply for looking out for Canadians and saying, we've given enough and we know what's going on here. We've known for quite some time that Pierre is not the strongest supporter of funding the Ukraine. It's sad. It's sad at best. We can see here, of course, Mark Garrettson coming out and Karina Gold with her smug little happy face because she knows, all these guys agree with her. She's going to get her way. Mark Garrettson looking so concerned. But again, listen for the words. Let's listen and see if we can see any similarities here with what he says versus what Justin Trudeau said.
I think what Canadians really need to reflect on right now is where Mr. Poilievre has taken the Conservative Party of Canada. We have now seen, not once, but twice in the last 2 days, the importation of this far right-wing American-style politics that's traditionally been occupied in the space of the MAGA movement. We're now seeing this being imported into Canada. Why on earth would the Conservative Party of Canada and their MPs turn their back on Ukraine right now in their time of need? It can be explained by nothing other than the importation of far-right politics written by the hand of somebody like Tucker Carlson.
So it's like almost it's almost verbatim. It's almost word for word. It's sad. This is where the Liberal Party's at. They're doubling down that if you don't give to the Ukraine, you're sexist, you're misogynistic, you're all these horrible things. And you're just as bad as people like Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump. I mean, where are we in a society right now? This is funny at best. I find the whole thing hilarious, and of course Pierre Poilievre isn't any of these things. He's now being labeled a certain way in order to try to garner people's support that, hey, no more Ukraine. I don't know about you guys, but I've been online for a while and I haven't seen a lot of Ukraine flags in people's bios anymore. I'm seeing more Israeli-Palestine flags out there on Twitter. The Ukraine flag is almost a thing of the past. Of course. We've seen with Zelensky's last trip, to Canada, where they were ruthlessly embarrassed as Justin Trudeau invited, the Liberals, including Karina Gould, invited a Waffen SS soldier to be honored in the House of Commons as they gave taxpayer money to Vladimir Zelensky. It's sad. It's really sad. I don't know what to make of it any further than this, than just say, look, it's a clown show. Buckle up. It's only gonna get better from here, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, both Mark Garrettson and Justin Trudeau have been absolutely ratioed and panned since since saying these videos. I can't even hold it together to talk about it anymore. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you think anything's gonna come from this? Do you think Pierre Poilievre's a racist, misogynistic individual? Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. If it's your first time here, I hope this video has earned your subscription. Make sure as you're hitting that subscribe button to turn on your bell for notifications and join us live. I'm still laughing. Every Sunday here on the channel at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, or 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, sorry, when we do the weekly wrap and we go over everything that's happened in the week prior, everything coming up in the week ahead. And you guys can watch me lose it and laugh and do some Q&A with you guys and get to know you outside of making these videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll catch you on the next one.